Hello, my Africa. Hello, brothers and sisters. And the confession goes like this. In the spiritual realm, it is so complicated. Some people use ancestors and some people use demons like I do. And do not get me wrong, demons actually help us to become more wealthy. It is just that people end up forgetting that they had made a deal with the devil. Now, what you should understand it is that you cannot manipulate a demon. In other words, you cannot cheat it at all. Where have you heard that a person have cheated a spirit? It is impossible. Just learn to follow the rules and regulations and be committed to the demon that you have made a contract with. Because one thing that you should understand it is that demons have the moods of the Arandi. They have the way they do things. Now, let me explain further so that you can understand. Because there are some realms in the spiritual realm. There are demons that are very hard-headed, or in other words, there are demons that are very tough. Because once they taste human blood, they would want more and more, whereby even if you try to bargain with them, they wouldn't listen. I can even mention the names of those demons. One of those demons that I'm talking about is Samyaza, the demon brains. In order for you to summon Samyaza, you need to clear up a room and make it empty. After making it empty, look for a live white ram, 6 candles which are red, a cup of tea salt, and a new knife. But it doesn't end there, because by 12 p.m. you have to take that cup of sea salt and draw a pentagram facing the east. And one thing that you should not forget, it is being naked. You have to be naked while doing these rituals. And last but not least, you have to do some incantations while reading a demon book called Ashmedai Asmodeus, verse 171. And inside of those incantations, you have to say them 10 times in order for Samyaza to appear. And as soon as he appears, you have to take that white live ram in front of you and kill it with a knife. After killing it or stabbing it with a knife in front of that demon that has appeared, that blood has to flow around the pentagram. And as soon as it flows around the pentagram that you have drawn with that salt, you have to say what you want to it. You have to tell the demon what you want. And I guarantee you, within 25 days, you'll be rich. But do not get me wrong. As I mentioned prior, that some demons love drinking human blood. But as I mentioned right now, I was just explaining how demons work. Because this demon that I was mentioning prior, what you should do it is that after giving it a live white ram, once you do not follow its rules and regulations, meaning you have to commit to it, you have to sacrifice a white live ram every after 2 years. But if you do not do so, you should know that it will start taking human blood. And that human blood will be one of your relatives. Every after 2 years, one of your relatives have to be sacrificed. And that's what you do not want. And the other demon that I forgot mentioning is called Fakiri. That demon, it is so dangerous that it can duplicate itself. Let's say I have summoned Samyaza here. Samyaza only appears once in one realm. Now, Fakiri can appear now in this realm and appear in another realm, meaning he can appear in another country. That's how powerful he is. Fakiri is mainly used to steal money. What you should know it is that once you summon Fakiri, it is a matter of stealing money all over the world. Let me make an example of how Fakiri works. Let's say you went to a country called France. Once you have entered France in the middle of the night, as soon as you summon Fakiri, he will go out there and steal out French money so that you can use it in your daily life. Or when you go to another country called South Africa. And also, as soon as you arrive in South Africa, you can summon him again so that he can bring you rent's money. That's how Fakiri works. And let me teach you something about Fakiri, because he works in different ways. One of the ways is he can give you spiritual loan, Fakiri. Yes. Because sometimes when he gives you spiritual loan, because sometimes a person can drop a bag full of money in front of your door. And what I can advise your viewers it is very dangerous, and I do not advise anyone to do it at all. Because this type of spiritual loan that I'm talking about, the disadvantages are you will become sick after 7 years, or in other words, after 7 years, one of your kidneys have to be sacrificed, or one of your body parts have to go, including your toe, kidney, or your lungs. So when you do such a thing, know the end results. But there are different ways to make a person rich. And those so many ways are so many that I cannot mention them, because I would take a whole day teaching and telling you of the whole stories of how it is happening. But what I can say to you, Mr. Strange African Confession, it is that as I'm speaking to you, it is that I have hotels that I have bought, and some I have built with my demon money. And one thing you should know about me, it is that I have a beautiful wife. And the thing is, I take care of my family, my mother and my father. And I also take care of my wife's parents, which includes her father and her mother, and also her cousins, just because I have a lot of money. And one thing that you should consider in mind, it is that there are a lot of scammers all over the internet that claims to be the grandmasters of such things. They can claim that after sending them money, they can help you via internet so that you can become rich. But no, you should know that there are so many scammers all over the world. And your followers or viewers should be very careful of such people. And I guess your viewers will be interested into knowing me. I do not want to be known. Yes, I do not want to be known, because I have seen some of your videos of you advertising some other sangomas. I am not that type. I am okay. I was just passing out the message of people should understand that demons can be good and they can help you to become wealthy. And that's the end of the confession. I guess, my viewers, you have understood what was the confession about and everything of how today's world works. And he's a very, 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 very handsome man that I was talking to. And it looks like he's a doctor also. So handsome and so successful, as he showed me everything. So I believe he's legit, and big shout out to him for trusting me with such information. Thank you for listening. Take care and God bless.